Yo, what's good YouTube? ZAMCRO here, aka Scoop, back with the farm, and we have Season 2, Week number 7, where we're facing off against the Pawniards, coached by Jasper. So, he's got a pretty scary squad, as you can see on screen. Captain Chad it, first off, but if you look at the next ones, nothing but threats down the list. Mega Landers. Landorus, Therian, Mega Diancie, Victini, Keldeo, Curum, Drudagon, Blissey, Venusaur, Excadrill, Alakazam, and the Luxray. So yeah, very, very scary squad. Of course, all of his Pokemon except Mega Diancie have access to Z moves. And same thing for us, we have access to Z moves in all of our Pokemon outside of our Megas. And speaking of Megas, we have Mega Alakazam, Celesteela, Hydreigon, Nidoqueen, Greninja, Comfey, Suicune, Decidueye, Oricorio, Mega Charizard X, and the Ian Mega. Where this week we're bringing Mega Alakazam, which is our captain, we're bringing Hydreigon, Nidoqueen, Suicune, Greninja, and we're bringing Comfey. So, my opponent's got what? Landers can set up rocks, Mega Diancie can set up rocks, Drudagon can set up rocks, Blissey and Excadrill can set up stealth rocks. So lots of different stealth rocks options. He has lots of nice revenge killers, lots of very viable choice scarf users in Landorus, Therian, Victini, Keldeo, Curum, Excadrill, and even the Alakazam. Of course, Alakazam could be a Life Orb Magic Guard set. It could be a Focus Sash Magic Guard set as well. It could be 4 attacks. It could be Calm Mind 3 attacks. It could be sub 2 attacks with it could be sub 3 attacks, excuse me. So lots of different threats, lots of different options my opponent has. I've decided not to bring Celesteela. Not going to be bringing the Charizard X in this match because he does have Landorus, Therian, the Diancie, which is pretty good switch in. Decided to bring the Mega Alakazam because it outpaces his entire squad and some of his choice scarf users even. So it's really nice for us. We've decided to bring a Hydreigon too. Hydreigon, Nidoqueen, Suicune, Greninja, and the Comfey for this match like I just went over. And we'll go over all of our sets now. So we've got a modest Mega Alakazam with enough special attack investment to kind of simulate a timid Mega Alakazam if it were max attack timid, with enough speed investment to outpace his own Alakazam, as well as nearly max HP with Taunt, Psychic, Shadow Ball, and Recover. His only resistances are Victini and Alakazam, and I guess Excadrill too, but it's not going to want to come in on multiple Psychics and Shadow Balls all game. We have Taunt to prevent things like Blissey and Mega Venusaur, not Mega Venusaur, but regular Venusaur, and some other options from you know, recovering up or getting up stealth rocks or just throwing off weird status or anything like that. If he's not, if I know that I'm not going to be able to break it, if I want to prevent status and things like that, I would just click Taunt. It's one of it's just really good. Mega Alakazam is really good in this matchup. He doesn't have super solid. He has no Dark type, no immunities to Psychics, so I can just fire off Psychics every time I come in. I can recover up, especially versus his switches. When I know he's going to switch, I can just recover up, and I can taunt a lot of his non-offensive threatening mons. So next up we have Renegade or Hydreigon, where we're rocking the Darkinium Z this week, where we have a max HP Jolly Hydreigon with just a little bit of attack investment to make sure that our Black Hole Eclipse can blow something back. We do have Crunch as it's our main form of attacking with stab and stuff like that. We do have Dragon Pulse, but it's mainly for Landorus, Therian, and Drudagon, so I don't have to touch them. And obviously Landorus gets the Intimidate off, and it doesn't, you know, affect Dragon Pulse. I also have Roost and Taunt on this set as well. Pretty much 2 attacks with Taunt and Recover for our first 2 Pokemon in Mega Alakazam and Hydreigon. So hopefully the Black Hole Eclipse can come through. Next up we've got Nidoqueen, which is a Choco Berry variant, pretty much a designated lead potentially, and we can just click Stealth Rock, Sludge Wave, Earth Power, and Ice Beam pretty freely versus his entire squad. If he brings the Victini, I'm going to lead with my Suicune, but if he doesn't bring Victini, then I'm going to lead off with my Nidoqueen. And speaking of Suicune, we've got a Protect, Scald, Extra Sensory variant with a Roar. So I can roar out some of his setup options, and we have Scald. Hits basically his entire squad outside of things like Keldeo and the Venusaur, which we do have the Extra Sensory for. And Extra Sensory, it's a recurring theme in this matchup. We do have Greninja with Extra Sensory as well, and a Choice Scarf, so that we can outpace everything on his squad, Scarf or no Scarf, 100% with Greninja, and with a modest nature. So we're allowed to get the most damage, or permitted, not allowed, but permitted to get the most damage output from all of our attacks outside of U-turn, which isn't going to be doing much to anything anyway. And we will blow things back with Surf, Dark Pulse, Extra Sensory, and hopefully Greninja can put in the work. So last but not least, we have a Max HP, Max Spadef, Calm Natured, Comfy, which switches into Keldeo pretty comfortably, switches into Alakazam pretty comfortably as well. Mainly our Keldeo switch in so that Suicune is not forced into that role, and so that we can weaken it. He could be like a kind of a lure set for Alakazam, as well as Alakazam looks in this match. He could be like a Piapa Berry, he could be a Salt Vest, he could be Scarf Keldeo, and try to just lure in my Alakazam to just blow me back immediately. So I do want Comfy to switch into Keldeo instead, and we have Max HP, Max Spadef to do that. And outside of that, we have Calm Mind and Draining Kiss, which allows us to blow through things like Keldeo and Kyurem and Mega Diancie even. And then we have Hidden Power Ground, which allows us to blow through Excadrill and Victini, his only two Fairy-type resistances. And Draining Kiss has priority, and Synthesis is my last move, also has priority, thanks to our Tri-Age ability. So, that being said, that's going to be the squad, and we can go ahead and hop into the replay and see how the match went. Alright, so, here we are with the replay, and my opponent actually brings his captain, so that's so cool. He brings the Chatot. Obviously, he's got the Landorus in there, Victini, Keldeo, Excadrill, and Luxray. Not hugely surprised by those. Very surprised by the Chatot. Didn't really expect it to come in this match, but he has brought it nonetheless. So, that being said, looking at team preview here, I do have only Nidoqueen as a potential Stealth Rocker, so he could notice that and lead off with Landorus. He could lead off with Victini. He could lead off with Excadrill or Keldeo to threaten me. Obviously, Chatot and Luxray don't threaten me naturally. But I said if he brought the Victini that I would not be leading with my Nidoqueen, and I would be leading with my Suicune instead. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, is lead off with my Suicune and see what he wants to lead with. And he does lead with the Victini, so this is exactly why I didn't lead with Nidoqueen, because it was susceptible to this. And leading with Victini is really nice. I could click Protect here and scout for the Fusion Bolt, or I could just go hard into my Hydreigon. Initially, I clicked Protect just to scout, but in case he was like a sub variant or a toxic variant, I didn't just want to click Protect here and then have to play around with the toxic on the following turn. I didn't want to click Protect here as he wastes a U-turn. I would rather him waste a Fusion Bolt on my Protect, but expecting the Fusion Bolt to 100% be coming, I am going to go out into the Hydreigon and go from there. If he goes for the Bolt Strike, I'll be fine. But he goes for the U-turn and actually gets quite a bit of damage off, doing about 27-28% there, and goes into his Keldeo. And I'm going to go straight into my Comfy here. No reason not to. And I'm going to go straight for the Calm Mind and make my opponent fear me. So now my opponent has to, he kind of has to attack me here. So what I'm going to do is switch out into my Suicune. I'm predicting the V-Create. But he does just double out into his Excadrill and reveals the Toxic. So that was a nice play there. Here I'm going to go for the Scald. And unfortunately, I get a burn. And this is unfortunate because otherwise he would have been able to survive this and potentially got up his Stealth Rocks if he is a Stealth Rock Excadrill. Obviously, he would die on the following turn anyway to Scald or any other move from any of my Pokemon. So basically, this didn't matter in one sense, but in another sense it did. Like I said, he could have got a Stealth Rocks up. However, he is in range of any of my Pokemon. And Draining Kiss Comfy does have priority, so I would be able to knock him out with Draining Kiss at this range. So, a little bit unfortunate, but not the end of the world, I don't think. I did admit that that was very, very crappy. It was also a critical hit on the Scald, I believe, but I don't think that mattered. He does set up the electric terrain with his luxury, which is pretty cool. As I go hard into my Nidoqueen, and I'm going to get my Stealth Rocks up here finally. As he hard switches into his Keldeo, I'm going to go straight back into my Comfy. I have no reason not to. Hydro Pump will never 2-hit KO me, and I can just click Synthesis here, get back to full, as my opponent brings back out his luxury. So he's revealed the Flame Orb, and he hasn't revealed Intimidate, so I know he's Guts, and he's going to go for the Facade here, and he's actually going to be able to 2-hit KO my physically defensive Nidoqueen, which is just insane. And I'm going to have to bring in my Hydreigon here. I want to make sure I get net the knockout here. I'm going to go for the Black Hole Eclipse, blow this thing away. My opponent's going to say that was an overkill, but Crunch wouldn't have knocked out, and Dragon Pulse didn't knock out, and that also did not reveal my set. So that was nice for me. He does bring in his Victini, so bringing in a Victini on Hydreigon, I knew he was going to go for the Dazzling Gleam. And I'm going to double into my Alakazam here, predicting my opponent to be locked into Dazzling Gleam, but he's actually not locked in. Reveals his move here, switches up into the Psychic. Now I'm going to double out into my Suicune here, predicting the U-turn or a V-create. However, he does just go for the U-turn out into the Chatot here, and he's going to be able to go for basically any move he wants. I'm just going to Roar. I don't want this thing to be an issue with Nasty Plot. However, I hit myself in confusion, take an extra round of poison damage, and now I'm going to go for Roar once again, as he does Nasty Plot this turn, and allows me to roar him out into the Landorus. However, I am not in range of U-turn, so I do stay in here and just click Scald, I believe. Landorus U-turns out into the Chatot, and after 2 rounds of Stealth Rocks, this Chatot will go down to Scald here, and I believe it's a double down as we go down to Poison as well. So my opponent brings in the Victini, I bring in my Greninja, and I have a type advantage already. I'm just going to go for the Surf, no reason to overpredict. As my opponent goes into his Keldeo, forces me out, I'm going to go straight back out into my Comfy here. He misses a Hydro Pump, but like I said earlier, he could not knock me out with Hydro Pump into Hydro Pump, and I do have priority boosted Synthesis. And his Keldeo switches moves up finally. So now I know he's got the Endeavor. He revealed it just a turn too soon. He should not have revealed it so soon, and perhaps he would have been able to avoid this. But what's going to happen here is Comfy is going to go to town here. He's going to start setting up. I'm going to speed this up a little bit, as it's just a little bit stally here, as I'm going to get to +6/+6. He goes for the Secret Sword of the Hydro Pump. I think it's a Secret Sword, and I'm able to get back to full off the Draining Kiss, and he goes for the Blue Flare here. Unfortunately, does not get, unfortunately gets a crit there and able to blow me back a little bit, but I am max HP, max def, able to survive anyway. Knock him out with the Hidden Power Ground, and now the Draining Kiss puts me back to full. Landorus not able to knock me out, and we are going to be able to pick up the final knockout with Comfy, picking up a big 4-0 victory here. Much needed for the momentum for the rest of the season. We have been slacking a little bit in basically all of our leagues, and it's nice to get a big win again and put ourselves in a position to try to come back from that. Anyways, that's going to be a good game to Jasper, or Dredagoner, coach of the Pawniards. Fantastic team, man. Unfortunate crit. Really like the Luxury set and the AV Victini. Really nice to see. And yeah, that's going to be it. So let me know what you guys thought about the prep and the plays on both sides of the field. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all the good stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.